What's up, everybody? I am KungFuKuya and welcome back to the Phantom Pain. This is episode 5, Over the Fence.
Boss, the Soviet engineer is being held prisoner at the Outrun barracks. You need to find him and get him out. He tried to defect from the base camp up north, but it didn't work out. Now they're holding him at Outrun. He's offered his technical skills to us as long as we can guarantee his safety. You have to extract the target.
Okay, another extraction mission. So the whole point of the early game is just basically to gather important people, whether it be interpreters or engineers.
Your target just happens to be the man who developed your prosthetic hand. And he's the only one capable of maintaining it. If we bring him in, I'm sure he'll be able to modify it in all kinds of ways as well.
That would be handy.
Be careful down there, boss.
Okay.
Sandstorms come in. Sandstorms effectively make you blind and deaf. But that goes for the enemy too. Use the situation to your advantage.
Yep, you can barely see anything.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
That's the Outrun barracks. The target is somewhere inside that outpost. The Soviets consider him a traitor now, so he'll be treated like any other prisoner.
Oh, I'm really close, aren't I? Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of the story mode, so I apologize for the silence. You have to listen to what is going on.
Ocelot, I hear they started calling you Shalashaska in Afghanistan. What's that about?
You know the term Sharashka? It's slang for a suspicious, hastily thrown together organization. The word became associated with a type of forced labor facility in the Soviet Gulag system. OKB scientists and engineers who'd been convicted of crimes were sent to a Sharashka for forced R&D. The Sharashkas were supervised by Lavrenti Beria of the NKVD, the secret police, under the official name 4th Special Department.
Forced research? That's not very different from what we do here.
Diamond Dogs is different. Everyone here believes in you. Regardless of where they came from or why they're here, they revere you. And they're fighting because it was their
And if it wasn't, they'd leave.
Ooh.
Who knows? That's our reality here, whether it's real or not. If there's another truth, I don't want to know it. All that matters is that's the concept that's taken shape in their heads. The traces of a group ideology, our superstructure, to put it in Marxist terms.
All right. Go on.
Great. I've updated the info on your iDroid. Take a look. I hope he's all right.
This was after the war in Afghanistan broke out. While I was keeping an eye on you in that hospital, I was also heading up interrogations here. The men I broke gave up their comrades and families, everything they wanted to protect them most.
You gonna extract him?
Complete.
I just let myself get caught up in the old Russian pride. And suddenly I received the honor of becoming Special Interrogation Advisor to the forced labor camps. The more men I interrogated, the more people saw me as just that, the interrogator. It helped cover my real objective of keeping you safe.
You went that far for me.
Far enough to keep you alive. I ended up being pretty well known among the Afghan guerrillas. Some of them would have seen me on the battlefield. And that's how I got the second half of the name. Shashka. It's a sword. A type of saber from the Caucasus. Russian dragoons and Cossacks carried them into battle. Now the Russian Empire had a general by the name of Fyodor Arturovich Keller.
Complete.
His bravery earned him the nickname Russia's greatest Shashka. Someone must have known about that, because somewhere along the line, Shashka got stuck on the end of Sharashka. The guerrillas were using the name amongst themselves, and by the time I got to hearing about it, pronunciation had wound up as Shalashashka.
So half Gulag, half hero sword. Is a perfect fit.
But you see how rumors and ideas about people can get out of hand fast.
Hmm.
Once you create a character
Just like
and
Big
put
Boss,
it out there
huh?
in public mind, It warps and twists with every baseless rumor. And before you know it, all people see are phantoms. In my case, it works out just fine. I'm plenty used to working under aliases.
I bet it does, yeah. So we won't touch upon more radios for the moment, as it's cool to talk a little about it. So, his name is, or the moniker he's given is Shalashaska. And you first hear it in Metal Gear Solid 2, so it's a bit interesting that they go into detail where it comes from. And like I said, it's like misunderstanding of where it comes from. Just like Big Boss. Everybody thinks that Big Boss is this legendary superhero. But the whole point is that maybe there were more than one Big Bosses. And the name of the Big Boss is just more than, yeah, the effort of more than one guy. Legend and exaggerations.
Roger that.
Slipper time, okay. I always remember that this mission could easily get out of hand. Just gotta keep it cool. Keep it cool. What's up, buddy boy? Buddy boy. Oh, no. Yeah. Need to kick him out of the house. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Never mind. Actually, I want to listen to more cassette tapes. It's so nice to reminiscence. Okay, they're not that long, I think. Yeah.
So Salt 2 still hasn't gone into effect.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
The U.S. and Soviet Union's nuclear arsenals, but also their delivery systems. Whole deal. Just when we thought all those years of negotiations had paid off, somebody decides to invade Afghanistan. The timing couldn't have been worse.
The president was in the middle of the Salt 2 talks back then.
Maybe while you were busy trying to stop Peace Walker? I heard. President Ford was meeting with the General Secretary in Vladivostok. In his absence, the political brass in America detected what they didn't realize was false nuclear launch data from Peace Walker. They were on the verge of ordering a retaliatory nuclear strike.
Coleman's big idea?
He's coming too. Roger that.
Turns out he never knew what humans are capable of.
If that AI, I mean, the boss, hadn't found a way to stop the fake data transmission, they probably would have gone ahead with it.
Your gun? Here's my gun.
Revealed as the pipe dream it was.
All thanks to you and her. The U.S.-Soviet talks look set to fall through. What happened in Nicaragua no doubt helped trigger a change of heart. But in the end,
the time's to find the politics. When you've grabbed their tail, they turn and bite your hand.
I first met you 20 years ago now. The place was Selenouyarsk in the Soviet Union. We were enemies. I was with the
Spoilers for MGS3.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
1964. Operation Snake Eater. Its objective? The assassination of the legendary soldier known as the Boss. When you returned home successful, they awarded you the title Big Boss. Your CO, Zero, sought to carry on the boss's will by covertly establishing his own organization. You knew the original members from Operation Snake Eater. From America, there was David O, or as he was to you, Major Zero. Donald Anderson, aka Sigan. Dr. Clark, who went by paramedic during the operation. And the fourth, you. From China, there was Eva. And me, Ocelot. From the Soviet...
He's coming too. Roger that.
In total. To us, government notions of friend and foe were meaningless. As were East and West, we joined forces by our will alone. Our objective was to fulfill the boss's dying wish. Make the world one. And to do it, Zero used the Philosopher's Legacy, the secret war fund you obtained during Operation Snake Eater. This organization would go on to become Cypher. I, on the other hand, was left with the problem. You only recovered half of the legacy. I had to locate the other half myself. When I found the...
You gotta extract him.
Them onto Zero, just as you wanted.
I still trusted him in those days.
We thought what he was doing was the boss's will. Until he started that one project.
Les enfants terribles, Zero called it.
You parted ways. As did Eva, leaving only Anderson and Clark still with him. I maintained limited contact. Although, truth be told, we were just keeping tabs on one another. The reason was always you. After you returned to the Army and created Foxhound, you left America. For a time, even I'd lost track of you. I'd imagine Zero did too. You always were the best when it came to hide and seek.
Analysis complete.
Zero created Cypher, an information happened to every corner of the globe. Woven together, Cypher's arteries make the world just one big organism. And that's not all. It also monitors the thorn in Zero's side.
Where are your friends?
That's you, tracking your coordinates wherever you might go. The further you
Oh shit.
your roots, the larger Zero became. It's as if he was trying to close the gap between you. But before long, he disappeared from public life.
Updated.
Only a few people had direct contact with him. For a time, I was one of them. Then a year after you fell into your coma, he slipped out of...
Subject on board. Leave the rest to Wolf.
No photos, no recordings, not even a reliable rumor as to his whereabouts.
Where are your friends?
I tried every method I could think of. Zero was gone. Freed of his control, his creation, his power continued to grow. Cypher is a great beast, and Zero... But even without him,
He's coming too. Roger that.
but now its body is rotting, riddled with parasites.
Where are the others?
Parasites like the ones who attacked you 9 years ago in the Caribbean, and then at the hospital. Cypher's Black Ops Unit, XOF. They learned where you were. Came to wipe the slate clean.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Alright, yeah, a lot of story stuff. A lot of recapturing of the tensions and the organizations.
Extract him.
So the most famous organization in the Metal Gear series is Foxhound, the same unit that goes rogue in Metal Gear Solid 1. So Foxhound was at some point goodish, you know, with Colonel Campbell
Subject
and
on
the
board.
original Big
Leave
Boss.
the rest to us.
Yeah, and the origins of the Snake Eater incident, which happens in Metal Gear Solid 3, which basically starts kick off the legend that is Big Boss. Nice, but it's interesting is that Kiefer Sutherland's voice actor, Venom Snake's voice actor, Kiefer Sutherland,
Where are the
it
others?
seems like he knows a lot, so you don't really know the deal. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's so strange that Venom Snake knows so much and in detail. There's a lot of deception in the game. I mean, in the series in general, even Ocelot, he even said earlier in the
You gotta extract him.
2 episodes
Has been updated.
before that 2 + 2 = 5, and it has something to do with his situation. He has to believe something that is not true. Look at this cassette tape.
Leave the rest to
It's
us.
the main theme of Phantom Pain. A Phantom Pain. So far so smoothly. Now this is a very typical situation where you just take one guy out and everybody comes to the same area. Nice. Yeah, I hope it's not annoying that we play all the cassette tapes while we do the missions. It can be interruptive sometimes, but I figure that's better instead of me listening to all of them in one go. I like to combine stuff and things should go on. If you want to listen to the codex without interruption, you can do that elsewhere on YouTube, but I figured that we wanted to progress as fast as we can while simultaneously get most of the story. As we go. Nice! Wow,
You have
okay.
arrived at your destination.
So far so good. So the thing we have fault on, we can fault on certain weapons. And we can also fault on the... Just checking if there's no
You have
enemies.
arrived
The
at your
cargos, but I don't
destination.
think mine is strong enough yet. Yeah, 0%, so... Can do that. That's it, yeah. Always gotta keep an eye out for the...
You have arrived
Some
at your
diamonds.
destination.
Okay, so now we're gonna get our scientists in the cave. Okay. Hope you're enjoying this. Phantom Pain is probably the least cinematic of the MGS games, and the gameplay can be a bit repetitive and I don't know, to some extent
Boss,
more challenging to be entertaining.
always keep an escape route in mind when you head indoors. If you get surrounded, you'll have nowhere to run.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go home. Just gonna scan for some diamonds, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Resources! I think the fuel resource, the fire logo type, is the one that is kind of the rarest when you want to expand the base. Doing for certain weapons. Okay, so we can exfiltrate our guy. Not sure if there's gonna be any reinforcement though. We'll have to find out. Yeah, I'll let you go home. I'll let you. Hello! You're the guy that looked like guy from Breaking Bad.
Complete.
There.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
does.
target.
I swear to God, I think he's like Hideo Kojima was inspired by Walter White. Okay, so there's a trick.
Это мой шедевр.
We can
Обычные протезы.
exfiltrate him
Скучно.
under here.
Я специалист по бионике. Я создаю биомеханические гибриды.
You know what, buddy? You can tell me all about it when you get home. Hey, perfect. Ish. Hey, he is out. Okay, let's get the hell out of here.
Now that's some lateral thinking.
Completed.
Flawless work. You never cease to amaze, boss.
Oh, I thank you.
Target extraction confirmed. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
We can go for... Actually, let's just drive out of here. Drive out of here. We need to find a car though. As we have to go a really long way anyway, so might as well just drive. Nice. So far so good. So far so good. Drive a car. So driving in this game is a little bit clunkish, but it works, you know. It's one of those things that could have been refined, but oh well. Okay, fastest route is... I can go that way. Yeah. Here I go. This is no Grand Theft Auto. I remember the okay, we actually have to be a little bit careful. You never know. Never know. Never know. Never know. Okay, we're good. In the first trailer for teaser trailer for Metal Gear Solid 3, there's a scene where
Extraction arrived at Metal
Snake is hijacking a guy on a motorcycle,
Truth is, an environmental NGO
and the guy on the motorcycle says, "This is no Grand Theft Auto. Go, eat Snake."
You extract some back here. There's a reward in it for us.
Okay, fine. Maybe we should have taken a chopper anyway, but we can take these guys out.
Analysis complete.
Don't mind me. How poorly are their sights? It's in broad daylight. I'm just saying. Careful. Okay, there's 3 in total. We can do that. Uh-oh. 1. Come on. 2. Ooh, lucky. I thought he spotted me as well. Nice. Nice.
Where are the others?
Well, I know there's no others. I just want the heroism.
Hands up. Where are your friends?
Come here, buddy boy.
Where are your
Show me the goods. Show me the goods. Did you want soda? Oh shit, we ran out of
Mother base is
Exfiltration.
now in the red.
Fulton.
Subject
Fulton
on board.
boys.
Leave the rest to us.
Oh well, sorry dude, can't join my company. I'm too cool for school.
Where are your friends? Talk.
Sorry dude. Sorry dude. Okay, now we can get the
The
hell
map
out
has
of here.
been updated.
Alright. Here we go. Is it far? No. This just ran outside of it. Poor driving. See ya!
Extraction arrived at
That's
Metabase.
it. You made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Nice.
Development project has been added.
Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.
S rank. Oh yeah. Okay, back to base.
The engineer we rescued has been extremely cooperative. The guys on the R&D team are glad to have him aboard. Thing is, his specialty isn't mechanics, but something called bionics, engineering based on biology. He's already submitted a proposal for modifying your prosthetic arm. If you're interested, go ahead and give the development order.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I think that'll do for this episode. So thank you so much for watching. I am KungFuKuya, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.